Searching. Locking tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Somebody tell me where the party at. Where the party at. Where the party at.
Happy Hour starts live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Hoppy.
Ryan Hoppy.
Hoppy.
Ryan Hoppy.
Hoppy.
Ryan Hoppy.
This is Happy Hour.
It's time to turn Hoppy on. From Chicago to Cleveland to Tampa Bay, you are plugged into Happy Hour.
Yes, it is Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppy. You digging this beat? This song from 2001, Soul du Jour, over and over. They just don't make songs like this anymore. Call the show, 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-49-HOPPY. And I will be sure to take your calls in real time. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio. And with the Hoppy Radio app in the Google Play and iOS shop, you can chat me live. Well, let's appreciate the greatness of the song. This is being brought to you by Eric Marshall, Kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA. EMK Final Round in Bradenton. You go there and tell him that I sent you. He will hook you up with a top-notch deal. 6103 28th East, and that's in Bradenton. 941-812-2560. It's 941-812-2560. If you go there and you tell Eric Marshall and Sarah and Ray and everybody over there at EMK Final Round, they will hook you up with a top-notch deal. Here's the thing, too, is when you go there, a lot of times you're tired from work and you're not sure if you're going to have the energy to work out. But when you walk into EMK Final Round, you get this rush. You get this certain energy where you want to kick ass. There you go. All right. We have so much to get into. Now, listen, I like Pete Davidson. I've liked him for 4 to 5 years now. I liked him before he was banging Ariana Grande, before he was banging Carly from Girl Code. I liked him when he was just a comedian that was 21 years old. I saw him 3 years ago at the Tampa Improv before he blew up, and he was hilarious. He was high out of his mind. I shook hands with him, and he walked right by me. He'll never remember me. But he went into the restroom as I was going to my seat, and then I legitimately had to go take a piss after he went to the restroom. It wasn't like I was going in there like a crazy fan. I legitimately had to go. And that restroom, after he was in there at the Tampa Improv, I think he must have smoked 3 blunts in there. That restroom at the Tampa Improv reeked. You would have needed 2 cans of Lysol to get rid of that smell of marijuana, allegedly. I mean, and then he had a notepad. It was very endearing how he did it. He had all his jokes on a notepad, and it was funny how he did it, but he was forgetting all his jokes because he was so high. And he was even saying it, so it was pretty funny. And it was crazy to see that 3 years later, he was dating Ariana Grande, and he was pissing people off on SNL over jokes, and everybody's getting offended. Here's my thing, because this is from TMZ. Pete Davidson is putting trolls on blast, saying that he won't kill himself because there's people that are making fun of Pete Davidson online. There's people that are bullying him, that are cyber bullying him, that are triggering him. And I really thought about this because this is 2 days old news. And I didn't want to talk about it last night because I wanted to give it a day to really think about it. As long as Pete Davidson does everything right now he's worth $500,000. But as long as he does everything right, he's going to make millions in his career. Now, I know he's going through a rough patch of one of the most gorgeous girls in the world dumping you. But things will work out, Pete. You're a good-looking guy. You're funny. Oh, and you're on SNL. Here's my thing. I kind of get this vibe that Pete Davidson is doing a lot of overcompensating. And that's not because he doesn't have talent or he's not funny. I think Pete Davidson is very self-conscious about himself. I think losing his dad in 9/11 really hurt Pete Davidson. I think Pete Davidson needs to have more confidence. And I think if Pete Davidson really wants to grow as a comedian and as an actor and whatever he wants to do in his life, because I don't know Pete Davidson, so I don't know what he's like day to day. But to me, if Pete Davidson really wants to be elite, and if Pete Davidson really wants to be an all-time great, I don't think that Pete Davidson would be getting triggered by online trolls, or he wouldn't let it be a known thing. Because you don't see other people from SNL all of a sudden complaining about online trolls. Frankly, Pete Davidson should be flattered. He should be happy that he has online trolls, because that means there's people that were jealous of the fact that he was hooking up with Ariana Grande, and they're jealous of the fact that he's accomplished more in his 24 years of being alive than these losers ever will. So it just is kind of a weird look to me when Pete Davidson is addressing the trolls online. It's almost like he doesn't have enough confidence in himself that he needs to let everybody else know that there are people that are rude online. And I don't know what it was about it, but it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Because I think if he really was against cyberbullying, if Pete Davidson really wanted it to end, you wouldn't even address it. But here's the common sense that is not seemingly in this situation with Pete Davidson. By no means am I comparing myself to him. Not at all. But I get a lot of hate. I get a lot of rude comments. I'm not talking about when people make fun of me on the radio. I'm saying via social media. If it was Rover's Reddit page or all the tweets I would get when I worked on Rover's show, I saw maybe 1/10,000,000th maybe of the attention that Pete got. But I was well known in Cleveland. And when I was there on Rover's show, I would react to the haters. I would let them get to me. And it kept growing and it kept growing. So then when I got fired from Rover's show and I joined The Bone here in Tampa, everybody said, ignore when Rover makes fun of you. Ignore the listeners. And seemingly, all of a sudden, over the last 4 years, I have all-time great numbers coming from any of the cities that Rover is in, any of his medium markets. I'm getting listens from all those cities, Cleveland, Binghamton, New York. And it's because I don't react to them saying 70 downloads or whatever the trolling Rover has done towards this show. I don't address it, and people listen because they want to hear what this show is about. And that's what I think Pete Davidson needs to do. I think if Pete Davidson were to just put up this happy-go-lucky post and just go, you know what? I got dumped by a really hot girl. You know what? Life's really hard right now, but I want you guys to check out SNL. I think if he didn't make it as much of a pity party and he didn't call out the trolls, then he'd be in a much better position. Because what happens is when you call out the trolls and you let them know that they're getting to you, you're letting those losers that are hiding behind a keyboard that would never say it to your face because they're antisocial losers with Asperger's, with fake anonymous accounts on social media. You're letting them win because you're letting them know that they're making an impact on you behind a keyboard where they would never say it to your face. So anybody who goes, oh, I'm going to call out the haters, I'm going to call out people that troll me. That's actually a negative thing because you're letting those losers win because they feel like they have some clout or they have some power or they're able to fight adversity and finally make an impact in their life because they're losers that have nothing better to do. They're people that are probably pizza delivery drivers who send a DM to Pete because they want to be mean because they hate their life, or they're people that are accountants that are bored with their life. Because not every troll is somebody living in their mom's basement. Everybody goes, oh, you know, all those people that are writing those mean comments, they all live in their mom's basement. No, some of them are just people that are like married at age 35. And they want to send a mean message in between getting up from the couch to go make dinner for their kid that they don't really love because they got married at a young age and they regret it. A lot of time, these online trolls are jealous of people's success because they weren't able to obtain it because they were not able to go after a dream. So they want to see other people fail. They want to see other people do bad because it makes them feel better. So when you have Pete Davidson addressing the trolls in these long messages that he put on Graham, you're letting them win. Like he said this. Here's what he put on Graham. I've kept my mouth shut, never mentioned any names, never said a word about anyone or anything. I've tried to get how when something happens to a guy, the whole entire world just trashes him without any facts or frame of reference. End quote. There's more, but I'm going to break down each part of it. Pete, you were banging one of the most gorgeous girls in the world with a ginormous fan base. Number two, you're on a marquee show that's almost been on for a half a century. You're going to get attention. And when you have this edgy humor, which I think he's the only funny part of SNL. I think all the Trump bashing, I think all the weekend updates, it's all trash. Pete Davidson's the only funny part of SNL, but he's also really edgy. So I think when you put yourself out there to be an enemy, to be kind of the edgy guy, you can't also at the same time cry being a victim when you literally make fun of people for a living. Back to the quote. Especially in today's climate where everyone loves to be offended and upset, it truly is mind-boggling. So in the same sentence, he's saying that it's crazy that people are mean, especially in the day and times where everybody is offended. He's basically being hypocritical because he's ripping into the fact that everybody gets uptight over everything, but then is being mean to him. And he's saying, why are people being mean to me when at the same time, I'm not a fan of people being uptight over everything. When at the same time, Pete Davidson is being uptight over people making fun of him. This is the most hypocritical, narcissistic post I've ever seen. It has no sense in it. And I'm a huge, huge fan of Pete Davidson. Oh my God. All right. So with my ADHD, we will keep focus. We will focus on Pete Davidson and we will get back to that in a second. But I have an announcement to get to. I have something that I'm excited to announce. Now, Happy Hour is not going anywhere. But this show is not a radio show. It would not do well in PPM ratings because it's me ranting, but it's what's gotten me 150,000 listens and 120,000 downloads. Like I do well here. But at the same time, I want to build a radio show. And AJ, that douchebag with the red hair, was my co-host for a while. And I'm sad to say he's no longer a part of Happy Hour because he's now a part of the growing Hoppy and AJ show, which we will try to pitch to the bone.
Hey, man.
So he just walked in because he was doing phones for Drew Garabo Live.
Yeah, what were you saying about me?
You're a douchebag, you're a hack, and I love you. How are you?
I don't know right now after you just said that, but I've been doing pretty well, man. I've been doing all right.
You doing good?
Yes, I'm doing great. I just got done with doing phones for Drew Garabo
No
Live.
big deal. On
No
the
big deal.
top-rated afternoon show. Look at you, looking all fancy and all handsome and good-looking.
Listen, that just comes easy to me. But being here, I wanted to thank Drew because he's always awesome doing that stuff. Give me the opportunity to do that thing. Same thing with John Senning. Thank you for being sick, so I was able to do that. But I'm really excited to start this new endeavor that we're doing.
Oh, I know. The Hoppy and AJ show is going to grow by the minute. Because you know what the best part about it is? You were down with Happy Hour. You thought it was okay. But a lot of the topics you would just kind of roll your eyes at. You'd be annoyed at. With this show that we're going to build to hopefully get on the bone, the best part is we split the billing in a name. So it's no longer Hoppy rants about whatever he wants because that's what Happy Hour is, and it does well here. But we're going to create our own machine, AJ.
We're going to give birth to our own baby. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a freaking tall, fat, redheaded ginger.
And I have some ideas that I've been coming up with, man. I have some ideas. First of all,
we're also going to talk about our third guy coming on, Joe
Remo doing phones,
promo wizard. I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun. And you always catch him on the weekends, like phone screening for those shows, and it's gonna be fun. And I can't wait. And like I said, it's actually gonna be fun working on our baby. Like I get a say in something. Not to say I didn't like working in Happy Hour,
but you didn't like talking about Kendall Jenner's big ass.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kendall Jenner doesn't have the big ass. Kylie Jenner has the big ass. But no, I mean, yeah, it's just kind of more of a show geared to both of our palates rather than just yours, and I think it's going to be interesting.
Okay. AJ.
Yes.
Before I let you go, because I want to just have this be a little bit of a teaser. I don't want to give too much away because I want to save it for the Hoppy and AJ show.
Okay.
Why should people add you on social media?
They should add me on social media because I have a huge wiener. And also that I post a lot of interesting things. I like to post memes, and I like to post actually, you know what? No, screw that. You don't want to follow me for that. Just follow me because I'm a good guy.
Where can they find
I'll
you?
I'll touch your heart. You can find me at PromoRed1025
on Twitter.
On Twitter, yes, on Twitter at PromoRed1025.
You should probably make that your gram name.
I'll probably add that as my gram. But I have a personal gram. I don't want people following my personal gram. I'll make a non-personal gram.
Okay. Guys,
don't follow me on Facebook, though.
Nobody add AJ Zafrilla on Facebook or Gram, okay?
Yeah, please don't.
Just forget that I said AJ Zafrilla. Nobody do that. Nobody go on social media right now and add AJ Zafrilla.
All right. Well, anyways, I gotta get going. I just wanted to stop by and see how the show was going.
You really wish there was a podcast dump button.
I really wish there was, man. So what were you talking about? You're talking about
Davidson is calling out the trolls, and I'm saying, dude, you have it pretty good. When you call out the trolls, you're giving them attention.
This is the number one thing. I want him to fucking dye his hair back to a regular color because that's just like that's the
one thing we got to work on with Hoppy and AJ. No swearing. Got to be radio friendly.
Yeah. So I just got to say all the curse words while I'm here and just to get it out, just to get it out of the way. I'll just call in Hoppy Hour like every time you do it just to get out all my curse words, and then when we do Hoppy and AJ, it'll be fine.
I have so many ideas, dude. We're gonna take over.
I'm getting erect just thinking about it.
We got to get on the radio first.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to build it off air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know like you were talking about some promo shots. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I spilled the beans there, but not completely. Who knows?
What beans are there to be spilled when you don't always get back to a group text that I created with somebody who was going to do PR pictures for free, and you didn't respond back?
To be real, man, I haven't even opened them yet. I remember I woke up this morning and I'm like, oh, Hoppy and Joe are talking in a group chat. I'll open up that later. I'll wait till I get to bed the next day. No, I care. Okay, I care about us.
Do you?
Yes, I do. But no,
Think
no,
you do.
no. But I'm excited. So I guess I don't know. I just this past few week I've just been bogged down with finals and stuff
Yeah, I
like that.
feel
Don't
you.
worry. Tomorrow you'll see a different AJ. You'll see a. All right. Well, anyways, I'll let you back to your
AJ?
show. Oh, yes.
I don't know if you have some trim on the side that you can bang. I think you need to get laid tonight. I think it's because you have confidence. You're just on the #1 afternoon show in Tampa.
I got laid last night.
Oh,
Oh, do you want to know? Do you want to know who it was? I'll whisper it to you.
write it down for me.
Okay. It's someone that we both matched with.
Oh, is it? Does
Does
it begin with a T?
Yeah.
That's BS. That is such. That's so annoying. We matched with the same girl on Tinder. She doesn't get back to me, but God damn it.
She was a lovely girl. she was.
What the? I'm glad I took her off of social media. That's BS. We matched with the same girl and she doesn't even get back to me. Whatever.
I mean, you always talk about how cute I am and stuff. So
No, well, you are good looking. I'm just saying it's annoying that, like, all my friends around me are matching with the same Tinder girls, and they're banging the Tinder girls, and I'm over here watching Bridget B on X videos. That's all I'm saying. I'm not mad at you.
I feel like you have a lot of old. I feel like you have a lot of old pictures on your Tinder.
I don't.
You keep them updated. How well updated do you keep them?
The only one that's old is the boxing championship when I beat Jake 2 years ago. But
That's a good looking picture. I'm not.
But
gonna
I
lie.
have the one of me in front of the
Mm-hmm.
mic from 2 weeks ago. Then I have the one of me at the Apple a Day sweater. I don't have
What's your
pictures?
bio? What's your bio like?
I forget. I have Hoppy TV loaded on Facebook, so I can't get to my account.
When you match to them, do you talk about radio a lot?
They'll ask what I do for a living, and I say I work in radio and I have an award-winning podcast. But I don't go like, oh, yeah, I never name drop like Kelter or Drew because I don't want people to then go to Kelter and Drew and be like, oh, yeah, that dude that you work with, Ryan Hoppy, name drops. Like, I just keep it separate. I just say I work at the Bone, and I make it known that I'm not a part of the show.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just making sure.
That really pisses me off that you got laid. I'm happy for you, but it makes me just...
What's funny? King of the Hill was playing in the background the entire time. All I heard was "Whoa!" like a few times during it. Okay. Look, she was fine, but look.
Did you talk about me?
No, not at all. I don't want to kill the vibe. I don't like just in the middle of it. Hey, so whatever happened with you and Hoppy? She's like, it was just didn't work out. Whatever. Look, it's listen.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I swear, I promise you, I'm not mad.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not mad, but I'm not. But I am. But I'm not. But I am.
But you've matched with girls that I've matched with, and you ended up talking to them. More like that one.
Keyword talking.
Well, I mean, listen, you gotta.
That's the key word. Is you go. You've matched with the same girls as me, but yeah, you have a nice text conversation with them. You know, kind of like when you text your family or friends. You get to know them a little bit, and then they ghost you. Yeah, it's nice to know.
This is the first time in a while I got laid though, so it's not like I'm like finding I matched with she matched with Hoppy too. Okay, I'm gonna bang her.
That's not what I'm implying.
No, I know. It's I feel you.
There's just been other.
That's
there was another girl that you hooked up with that I was talking. It's just
who
that one girl.
What one girl?
The girl from UT. Or USF.
Yeah, but that would no UT. But we've been hooking up way before you matched with her. So that's not even fair. Listen, this has happened with me with our friend Trey. With like us and Trey, like I've matched with girls like with Trey, like we both matched with that same girl, and then he would get laid with them, and I'd be like, oh okay. Listen, you got to find maybe it's just a chain, you know. You and Joe match with somebody now, and then you end up banging the.
Joe doesn't use social media or dating apps. Joe's really happy with not getting laid. I actually really respected that he's looking for the like. I really respect the fact that Joe does not need to use dating apps. Like he's not vapid at all.
I mean, he probably. I bet you he gets laid. I just think he just doesn't.
He hasn't been laid in a year.
That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'd like. We're sharing that. We're talking about that.
Okay.
Sorry. No, I think that he would. I think he's the kind of guy that goes to bars and he doesn't like you said, he doesn't like using social media, but he still gets out there and It's a few reps, I would say.
So, how did this happen? You're hanging out with the girl. King of the Hill's on in the background. How do you make your move to get laid?
Oh no! The minute we just sat down, the minute we sat down, we just started. Like
That's so annoying. I have to work for it, and it just comes to you. No pun intended. Oh jeez.
But you know what's crazy? I'm gonna go on a date. I'm gonna go on a second date with her. She's a really nice girl.
I'm purposely tuning you out because I'm jealous. Ugh. God, it comes so easy to you. You're so handsome.
It doesn't come so easy to me.
It does.
There's times where I venture out to women that are 10s, and I'm just like, oh, can I please bang you? And they're like, no. It doesn't come that easy, man. You gotta be persistent, but not in a rapey way.
Well, yeah. Thank you.
Well, yeah, that's a
Thank
given.
you. That's a given.
Yeah, just don't be rapey. That's it.
AJ?
Hoppy?
I look forward to growing the show with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be funny if, this is the one secret, if the Hoppy and AJ show, we'll see if we match with the same girls, and then we'll bust balls about it on there. That could be like a Tinder.
We could have a competition. Like who would have sex with the girl first? And then but we end up but then afterwards then you'll have sex with, and then who was better at sex?
That's a little weird. I just thought it was more ball busting, not actually breaking down. Yeah, so
no, yeah, that'd be
when
great.
the clothes came off, no, we're not doing that.
So
I want to be the.
So he made an interesting move. So when the bra came off, he didn't just. He wasn't just sucking on the titties. He was sucking, and then he was moving his thumb on the other titty. It was great. It was a grade A move.
Dude. Are you ready to do a show, hopefully on the radio? Because I've been pretty clean doing this, and you've made it more vulgar than the last 3 shows. I don't know.
I got it. No, I got it.
I know. I don't know if you're ready, man.
I don't know if be better with that, but no, I'll censor myself. Don't worry.
I don't know about that.
I'll take it out on the Lazy Ass podcast. I'll be so vulgar on the Lazy Ass podcast that on our show that it would be clean. I'll be tame. I'll be like Bob Saget on Full House for our show, but then I'll be Bob Saget comedy career.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I got you. I'm just really pissed off. Actually, I don't really. I think it's really more of an ego thing because I wasn't.
I think
even
you are.
that
I know it's hurting your ego right now.
No. It's not even that I was that attracted to the girl. I think it's more the fact
I want it to be first.
I think it's more the fact that I'm just kind of a weird guy, and it's more jealousy. It's not even an ego thing. It's more jealousy that you're. Here's what I think it is. A lot of times the women that I hook up with are a lot older than me, they're in their 30s or 40s. And I think it's more annoying that I'm sick and tired of that because it's a different type of vibe. And I think it's more I'm jealous of the fact that we literally live in Florida where girls are gorgeous. And I haven't had the experience of going to USF or UT or I'm right by Ecker College and I don't match with them and get laid. And I know saying this on my widely listened to podcast really makes me come off like a ladies' man. I'm just saying, I'm being real. It's just drives me nuts.
It's not. Listen, even with I've known even in college, my first year of college, it wasn't that great. The only time I was late, the first time I was late in college was orientation day. And then that's it. I had a 6-month dry spell. Mm-hmm. And I was just oh, why can't I get any? But then you just gotta, stop whining. Gotta stop complaining.
Stop whining.
Just get yourself out there. Talk to women.
I do think I need to get out there and
go to a singles bar. Mm-hmm. Button your shirt 2 buttons lower than usual.
I'm gonna do that now for you, baby.
There you go. You'll definitely get chicks like that.
Next on Happy Hour.
Anyways.
We're going to return and talk more about Pete Davidson. Well, actually, when I say we are, I'm implying there's going to be another person here. No, it's just going to be me because AJ's leaving. Yes. We will be right back, and we will talk more about Pete Davidson and this post he put up about haters. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio, 856-49-HOPPY, 856-49-HOPPY, Adam at Promo Red 1025, and if there's any time that you weren't listening to the show, this would totally be the time to not add him on Facebook as AJ Zavrilla and AJ Zavrilla on Instagram.
Dump. Dump.
And on LinkedIn and Pornhub.
Dump.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Are you sick and tired of waking up every morning and looking at yourself in the mirror and being disappointed in how you look? Are you sick and tired of going to social events and seeing your friends in better shape? Are you sick and tired of watching TV shows and wishing you had the body of the famous actors? Well, guess what? That can change immediately if you go to Eric Marshall Kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA in Bradenton. He has the best classes for you to get you in shape. It's not like any other boxing trainer where they're just cashing in a check, teaching a class. Eric Marshall cares about each and every one of you that come to his class. So if you go there and tell them that I sent you, they will hook you up with a top-notch deal. Now, to get into contact with Eric, it's not hard. It's not rocket science. 6103 28th Street East, and that's in Bradenton. 941-812-2560. Go there and get into shape today.
Tweet Ryan Hoppy at Ryan Hoppy Radio. Snapchat him at Hoppy Radio. And email him anytime at ryanhoppyradio@gmail.com. Now back to the show.
Yes. Welcome back to the Hoppy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppy, hanging out with you. 856-49-HOPPY. 856-49-HOPPY. Phone lines are wide open. I am excited about the future of my potential opportunity, hopefully, maybe, potentially, you never know, to get on the radio. So the Hoppy and AJ show, who you just heard, AJ, don't add him on Facebook. He totally would love that. It's going to be a good thing. It's going to be more of a radio-ready show, and it puts less pressure on me with this show to, like, because when I would do this show, I go, is this what they're going to want to hear on the bone? Is this what they're going to want to hear on the bone? Blah, 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 blah. Now it's, like, nice to know that I can have this be my project, and then me and AJ can build something for the bone, if that makes sense. All right. Going back to Pete Davidson's quote. So if you're just tuning in, Pete Davidson just broke up with Ariana Grande 2 months ago, and he's dealing with the online haters and the trolls and all the people hating on him. And he put up this post on Graham. It said, I've kept my mouth shut, never mentioned any names, never said a word about anybody or anything. I've tried to get how when something happens to a guy, the whole entire world just trashes him without any facts or frame of reference. Especially in today's climate, where everyone loves to be offended and upset. It is truly mind-boggling. I've been getting made fun of online and in public by people for 9 months. I've spoken about BPD, which I have too, and have been suicidal in the past, only in the hopes that it will help bring awareness to kids like myself who don't want to be on this earth. That's where it gets real. The beginning part, you can kind of go, he's crying for attention. But I think Pete Davidson needs to be comfortable in his own persona. I think the problem with Pete Davidson is the fact that he's just always trying to be something that he's not. I think he's a really genuine dude. I think he's a nice guy. I just think he's trying a little bit too hard. Goes on to say, no matter how hard the internet or anyone tries to make me kill myself, I won't. Well, just don't do it. Like, it's a weird message because it's good. He's talking about how he's against suicide and how to live life and that. Like, it's a good thing that he put it up, but it makes me feel like that the haters won in the end. It kind of makes me feel like he didn't need to put that up. Like, I feel like it would have been better if Pete Davidson would have made like a PSA where he talked to people who tried to commit suicide and kind of tried to relate to people. But to me, when he puts up a post like that, it's him saying, oh, woe is me, Ariana Grande dumped me. Oh, woe is me, feel bad. It's just, I'm glad he put it up because I think it's dumb that people are making fun of him, but at the same time, it just kind of comes off a little bit self-centered. Who am I to talk? I'm a little self-centered too. Okay. So I have this hate relationship with Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan is the type of guy who expects to have everything happen for him and everything will go his way. But if something doesn't go his way, then he's going to put you on blast. So it seems like with Piers Morgan, when everything is good on his terms, he'll be nice to you. But if you do anything to cross him, he'll write an article about you. Because Piers Morgan is annoyed at Meghan Markle of acting her way to the top and that she no longer talks to him because she met somebody more important. Oh, Piers. He says that she sacked him like a sack of spuds. I would too if I was Meghan Markle. If I get married to Prince Harry, I'm pretty sure they're like, yeah, don't talk to the British media. And if there was any British media members that they wouldn't want her talking to, I don't think they would want him, as in Prince Harry or Prince Will, any of them, or Meghan Markle. I don't think Queen Elizabeth wants them talking to this douchebag narcissist known as Piers Morgan. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know where Piers Morgan comes off like they're supposed to talk to him. Because in this article, he's proving why they're not talking to him. Piers, if you truly cared about being friends with Meghan Markle and that, you wouldn't write this article and put them on blast. You're specifically proving why Meghan Markle and the royal family don't want to be around you. Because when things don't go your way, you put them on blast. So what if Meghan Markle, let's say, and this is an awful, awful example, but let's say they find out that the kid's going to be deformed, that she's going to give birth to. This is just an example. Nothing alleged. This is just an example. What if something really bad happens to the kid? And they tell Piers Morgan first as a friend. They're never going to have any trust in Piers Morgan. Because if Piers Morgan has the audacity to cry in an article about the fact that they're not talking to you anymore, then how are they going to trust you with personal information? If you truly cared about your potential friendship with Meghan Markle, you would let her be and then talk to her in 6 months. But this proves that being friends with Meghan Markle, you didn't truly care about Meghan Markle. You didn't truly care about her or anybody in the royal family. You're nothing more than a British shock jock that just wants to be able to say that you are friends with Meghan Markle, you scumbag. Oh, he is the worst. No wonder they don't want to talk to you. You're nothing but negative energy. Piers Morgan is Simon Cowell without the humor. At least Simon Cowell, with some of his burns back in the day on American Idol, it was kind of funny. Piers Morgan is a walking rich failure. Nobody in Britain wants to be around him. He failed replacing Larry King on CNN. He failed on America's Got Talent, but he has enough money, so he just kind of hangs around. He's kind of like that cockroach that when you're in your ghetto apartment, you keep trying to kill it. And then you get your foot on one part of the cockroach and you think it's dead, and then it flies to the other side of the room. Then 5 minutes later, you get it and you think it's dead, and then it just repeat. He's like a cockroach. He will not go away. He's like herpes or HPV. When you think it's all cleared and there's no more warts, the wart of Piers Morgan comes back and has this whole Crimea River thing. Oh, the royal family doesn't want to talk to me. No wonder they don't want to. You are the 5 people that you associate yourself with. Do you think they want to be around a washed up, nothing more than a blogger for the Daily Mail? No. I just don't know why Piers Morgan thinks that. So funny. Having a hard time saying it. I don't know where he comes off like Meghan Markle must talk to him. Like, if Meghan Markle doesn't talk to Piers Morgan, how is she ever going to live her royal life to the fullest? She went on that trip a few months ago with Harry rather. Like, because she wasn't hanging around Piers Morgan, she wasn't able to appreciate the royal life as much because hanging out with Piers is just the icing on the cake. Hanging out with Piers just makes everything better. Because when you look at Piers Morgan, he's just a shining light of positivity. He's the type of guy that you want to hang out with. Not at all. He's a douche. And here is the audio on some British TV show talking about how they don't talk to him anymore.
I've had my own experience with it, which was not great, Radhika, to be honest with you. I mean, I knew her for about a year and a half, got on really well with her, whatever, then bang, she met somebody more important, immediately ghosted, never heard from her again. The old slippery slope ladder had gone up, and she'd social climbed her way out of my orbit.
Yeah, you're a blogger for the Daily Mail with a lot of money. She's hanging out with Queen Elizabeth and Will and Kate and all these celebrities that low-key hang out with the royal family. Sorry. Just saying.
So my experience wasn't great. I've got to be honest with you. And everything I've seen since I'm afraid it slightly does smack of an actress, a Hollywood actress, seizing her chance and acting her way to the top. Am I wrong?
Maybe Piers Morgan's right that Meghan Markle is acting her way to the top. Maybe Piers Morgan is right when he says that Meghan Markle is faking it to make it. But if Piers Morgan had the opportunity to fake it and then make it to the top to be a part of the royal family, you know that this scumbag leech with the journalism credibility of a dead cockroach would want to be in that position in a second. Just saying, shut up, you hypocritical douche.
I just think that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, to me,
have you met her?
I haven't, but just as a normal person watching this story in the way that most of the media and everyone watching now is, to me, it's just this really lovely love story between them. When you saw their wedding, it was very obvious they were in love.
Well, you know that the media in Britain was like, no. Meghan, we're sorry. Didn't mean to put Piers Morgan on. Immediately when that tool is going after the royal family, they're automatically like, sorry, no, ignore him. That's just Piers being Piers. That's a sociopath being a sociopath. Man, could that journalist not have separated herself any faster? She was like, I want nothing to do with you, Piers. What an unhappy schmuck. Like, let me look up what Piers Morgan does now. Because, he's a blogger for the Daily Mail. He has written 8 books. Okay, he's the host of Good Morning Britain over in Britain, obviously. And he has his own TV show on ITV. So basically, from 2011 to 2014, he replaced Larry King live, and then in 2008 won the 7th season of the Celebrity Apprentice, and then he was a judge on America's Got Talent and British Got Talent. But honestly, as I live in a ghetto apartment in the bad part of St. Pete, I would rather be worth my small net worth of 10 cents than to be a loser a washed-up journalist that nobody respects like Piers Morgan, who's worth $20 million. Because you know in the end that Piers Morgan isn't happy being him. You know in the end that Piers Morgan is not happy with who he is. And frankly, that is a miserable, unhappy way to live. Screw you.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour. Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Happy Hour.
Isn't this music trippy? Makes you want to go rave, I tell ya. Yes, this is Happy Hour. I just got a call during the commercial break. Of course, it's not when I'm live. I'm going to give them a call back, see what the number is. 727-8194. I won't say the whole thing. I'm not a douchebag, and I also don't want to deal with a lawsuit. 727-819-45. All right. I'm going to call him and see what they want. Turn off this trippy music. It's tripping me out. Happy Hour. Who's this?
Hey, you.
Who is this?
Haven't heard from you in a while.
What? Ring-a-ding-ding.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
Maybe this is the most interaction we will have with anything dealing with a phone call. Banana phone, everybody.
I've got this feeling so appealing for us to.
All right, enough of that. It breaks my heart whenever I get a call on the show. I mean, I appreciate the fake calls, I guess, but it makes me sad because I get so excited that it's like a real life call, and my ego goes, "Oh my God, someone's listening!" Then my ego gets all excited, and then I get humbled when it's somebody pretending to be like a whore or something. I don't know. Just imagine that you're doing a show by yourself, and you're trying to entertain the masses. You're trying to make it in radio. You're trying to be entertaining. And then, you know, playing Banana Phone was more entertaining than that last call.
Get together and sing, sing. Ring, 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 ring.
Banana Phone.
Ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding.
Banana Phone.
It grows in bunches.
Ugh, enough. All right. So, I didn't go to college. I went to a radio trade class for a year. And I'm one of the only 4 people from my graduation class of like 80 people. Like each month, you had February days, February nights, March days, March nights. So like each month, you had these people at this radio trade class who were like, yeah, I've done phones for 20 years for AT&T in Chicago, and they said that I sound like Man Cow and that I could work in radio. So, like, all my classmates, like 5 years ago at this trade class, were all, like, people that were like, yeah, they said I have a voice for radio, you know? And then this dude with a speech impediment who's 6'9" and goofy all of a sudden is the most successful person to come out of the radio trade school. I mean, I'm not trying to knock down what I've done. I'm just saying. So I never really went to a community college. I went for 6 months and dropped out. But what I'm saying is I never was able to relate to the whole idea of being in a frat and going over to the sorority house and banging out the girls. We got a comment in real time. Doing the show like Rush Limbaugh. By yourself on the mic. Sir? I don't even know what to say. Comparing me to that rich douchebag, that's the only thing I'd want to be compared to if I could ever have his money. There is nothing that I like about Rush Limbaugh. But I appreciate you listening. I don't think Rush Limbaugh would appreciate the comparison either. He'd be like, "Oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm in West Palm Beach. I'm rich. Blah, blah, blah." Douche. This is from TMZ.com. USC fraternity sued over kid suicide. Hazing led to his death. And I never got the idea of these frats. Because you know what a frat is at USC? A frat is the rich kids who were kind of cool, you know? Like they were like on the B team of the basketball team between 9th to 12th grade. They were maybe swimmers. Like they were smart and they're good looking, but they're overcompensating because their parents were really hard on them. So now that they're in a frat and mommy and daddy are paying for it, all of a sudden things are a lot easier and there's freedom. And these frats are losers who are going to get nothing out of college because they're wasting their life away, literally, by hazing. Because they want to fit in so badly. Because they're insecure, rich douchebags who have had participation trophies their whole life. So they pay to have friends because they have no social skills to meet people. So they have to hang out with people that take advantage of them. That's what a frat is. USC attendee and model Alastair Russell killed himself after suffering head injuries while pledging a fraternity. And now his mom wants the frat to pay up, TMZ has learned. Alastair attended a 2016 party at the Phi Kappa Psi frat house where he was trying to become a member. According to a lawsuit, frat members forced him to drink in excess to the point of passing out. And that's what happened when he fell off the platform, smashing his head, and he lost conscious. I never got that whole thing. Like, you need to be in a frat so badly that you're going to hang out with people that are taking advantage of you. Drink the vodka. Yeah. God. And you know the people that run the frats? I can tell you exactly. Once they graduate, you know who they end up being when they're in their late 30s? Go to any sports bar, any Buffalo Wild Wings on a Sunday, watching any football game, and it's the dudes at the bar that are kind of good looking, but they have dad bods, and they're drunk at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, any place, a Chili's, anything. And they're watching the game, and they're loving that beers are half off. That's who the kings of frats are the losers who end up being alcoholics in their late 30s, and they go through a divorce, and their wife takes half their money, and then they're alone. That's who the leader of frat houses are. Losers who overcompensate for 4 years of fake glory. In the lawsuit, the kid's mother says after he passed out, frat brothers discouraged him from getting medical attention out of fear that it would expose their conduct, including supplying alcohol to minors and engaging in hazing activities. So these scumbag leeches, these pussies at this USC frat house, the University of Spoiled Children, they cared more about covering their asses than somebody who was going to be one of their quote-unquote brothers. They cared more about covering their asses than his own life. Somebody that they were going to make into a friend. Shows how fake and how phony and how douchey and how much of frauds frat houses are. They gave him such things as Adderall and cocaine to keep him in the game because he began to get symptoms like head pain, vomiting, and blurriness and wooziness. So a good friend would be like, go lay on the couch, put on The Office on Netflix, and relax. But these douchebags at USC, the University of Spoiled See You Next Tuesdays, you know what they did? To keep him up, they gave him Adderall and cocaine. After that, after a few months, his personality changed in January 2017. He dropped out of USC and ended up being committed to a mental hospital. He took his own life at a beach in Florida while wearing a tuxedo. Good riddance. And you know what's really sad, too? is I don't think anybody from the frat, any of them feel bad because they're all losers and they're sociopaths and they're rich, spoiled children who cannot relate to anybody because everything has been given to them, so they have no sympathy or social skills. Their social skills come from being sociopaths, from fake friendly people that will use you in life. Anybody who wants to haze other people in a frat and does not look out for you, they are people you do not want to be near. They are people, if a party were to get caught, they would bump into you on accident while running out of the building, and they would put the coke in your pocket. Frat boys are nothing more than lying, hypocritical douchebags. You know what it reminds me of? Reminds me of in Aqua Teen Hunger Force during the frat alien episode when Patton Oswalt voices the frat aliens that crashed into Carl's front lawn. It's so funny. I gotta pull up a clip of this. Oh, it's so good. All right. So it's these two fat aliens that crash land. They're drunk flying into Carl's front lawn. And I'm going to play the best scenes from it. And then we'll go to break and we'll come back on Happy Hour and talk about much more.
TP, that dude totally cut you off, man. Flip him some burnage big time.
Suck on that, Padre. Yeah.
Hey, you messed with the wrong frat.
Yo. Oh, he knows.
Dude,
Yeah, you.
Dude, there's no one in there, dude.
Yeah, well, my dad totally owns a dealership.
Hey, what's that over there? Oh, sweet. Floor it, dude.
What do you think I've been doing? Oh.
Well, I thought we was going to take turns on this. How come I'm still in the hole and you still... Is that the Jefferson?
Well, we traded turns, remember?
No.
You traded one of your turns for 3 of my turns and a turn to be named later.
Well, I tell you this. I'm going to be pissed if I get over there and he ain't changed the pH in our pool.
No, I'm with you on that one.
Hey, Carl, if you wouldn't mind, could you please turn your security grid the off so I can get some sleep?
Hang on, let me think.
No.
Dude, you want to move your thing? You almost killed us.
Yeah, you're like, are you begging me instead to, like, mess up your pizza face in front of your girlfriend over there? Because I'll do it, man.
Dude, it's not worth
man,
it.
Look at my shit, man. My dad's going to be pissed.
Dude, do you know who his dad is?
He's totally rich. He will totally hook you up, dude. We're drunk.
Are these friends of yours, Fry Man?
Hey, where's the club? I need to piss.
They came from space, you know. Typically, that means, you're somehow connected.
Carl, I've never seen him before in my life.
So then you don't mind if I talk to her?
Her? Yeah, knock yourself out. She's a regular hoe bag.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Are you sick and tired of waking up every morning and looking at yourself in the mirror and being disappointed in how you look? Are you sick and tired of going to social events and seeing your friends in better shape? Are you sick and tired of watching TV shows and wishing you had the body of the famous actors? Well, guess what? That can change immediately if you go to Eric Marshall Kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA in Bradenton. He has the best classes for you to get you in shape. It's not like any other boxing trainer where they're just cashing in a check, teaching a class. Eric Marshall cares about each and every one of you that come to his class. So if you go there and tell them that I sent you, they will hook you up with a top-notch deal. Now, to get into contact with Eric, it's not hard. It's not rocket science. 6103 28th Street East, and that's in Bradenton. 941-812-2560. Go there and get into shape today.
From Chicago to Cleveland to Tampa Bay, you are plugged into Happy Hour.
We got some breaking news that has come in a Happy Hour. No, it's not George H.W. Bush not being in the ground. It's something that everybody has wondered since the beginning of time. No, not the meaning of life. No, not who's going to be president in 2 years. the sex life of DJ Pauly D from Jersey Shore.
I'm a one-night stand kind of guy. Well, I am. My favorite place ever that I had sex would have to be on the beach, in the Bahamas.
How do you have sex on the beach? There have been times hanging on a girl, things are going pretty well, and I'm not like patting myself on the back, like, oh, I could have been laid. But there have been times that nothing happened because I wasn't going to do it on the beach. Even if you were allowed to have sex on the beach, even if you were able to, just all the sand around in it. Just saying. DJ Pauly D had sex on the beach. I couldn't do it, but, you know, everybody can do their thing.
Bahamas, at Atlantis. When it comes to a woman, what attracts me to her right away would have to be her smile. Smile's everything. What makes someone a good lover is, I would have to say chemistry in every single aspect of the word. Women tell me the sexiest part of my body would have to be abs.
Of course, the sexiest part of DJ Pauly D's body is his abs. I'm a big fan of the show. I watch it. I'm not going to deny it. But, dude, they look like when you make Christmas cookies and you leave it in the oven too long. That's like what their body looks like. Like, it's kind of burnt, but you can see what they look like. But they've been tanning so long. They look awful, dude. I'm just saying.
One that got away, I still have not found her yet. So, nobody to get away from. A celeb that I fantasize about would have to be Nicki Minaj. She's just dope. Like, she's got the curves and everything.
That would be a perfect couple. Nicki Minaj and Pauly D, who's had more surgery and more things done to their body. Just saying. I really look up to Jersey Shore, though. Now, before you criticize me and say that I'm a vapid person, even though it's true, the reason why I look up to Pauly D is they literally don't really have that much talent, but they have funny catchphrases and they're likable enough and they make millions off of their brand. And if you can see it from my point of view, that's pretty cool because I don't have any talent and I'm here. Maybe I can make something of it. What do I bring to the table? Nothing at all. I can barely complete a full sentence. So maybe there's hope for me. So I live in the weird part of St. Petersburg, and at the local WaWa by my house, there's always a cop there. They've had so many shoplifting issues that they always have to have a cop here. And this is from ABC Philadelphia. There was a fight that went down at a WaWa in Philly. And I am not surprised whatsoever. I love WaWa. It has great deals. I get gas there. It has the cheapest prices. But if you go there past 8, 9 p.m. and you're in a weird neighborhood, you're going to see the weirdest people. Like, they're the people that literally come towards you in the parking lot. And they're like, hey, can I ask you something? And you're like, no, I don't have any money. And they're like, but I was going to ask you if I could have some money. Like, they just are weird people. All right, this is ABC Philadelphia.
Video pointing to even more severe charges in a Cherry Hill assault. This is the way it looked November 17th when a woman was attacked in a Cherry Hill WaWa. 2 people have already been convicted today, but police are now considering upping the ante against the suspects. Action News reporter Vernon Odom is live outside the WaWa in the Cherry Hill Shopping Center on Route 38. Vernon, what's the latest here?
First of all, the reporter, I got to show this to you guys. on Hoppy TV. The reporter looks like he does not want to be reporting on this incident at WaWa at all. He's like, I've been doing TV in a top 10 market for 10, 20 to maybe 30 years. And you're going to assign me to a fight that happened at a ghetto WaWa? What the hell happened to my career? I'm Vernon Odom. Let's see how many people added him back on Twitter. Let's see how much clout he has in Philly. 5,000 fans. Like, he's been a reporter, it says here, since 1976. I got it. So he's reported on everything that's happened in Philly. And they're like, hey, Vernon, we know that you've been here for 42 years, but go report on a fight that happened at a ghetto WaWa. Man, that must suck.
The latest, Jim, more charges are expected against that pair in light of that new video. They've so far not done any time in jail at all. This newly posted Facebook video is now central to a police investigation of a November 17th violent altercation involving two younger women and a middle-aged female, which ended with the arrest of the two aggressors.
Even the way he's talking, you can just tell he wants the report to be over with. He's like, first of all, he's like, the two aggressors at the WaWa, blah, 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 blah. Like, he's talking so fast, you can tell he has no passion whatsoever in the way he's reporting it. Like, you know, if it was about the Eagles beating Washington last night, he'd be all over it. He'd be confident. He would care about it. But you can tell the way he's talking. I mean, just listen to his mannerism.
Identified by Cherry Hill Police as Destiny Davis and Diamond Howard. They were arrested in the WaWa parking lot moments later and charged with disorderly conduct and offensive language. In court today, they were each fined $200.
The lady who was in line, our victim, heard these two females speaking using profanity, and they were using it multiple times. So she asked them to, watch their language.
Which, first of all, what does this lady who gets attacked at WaWa think is going to happen when she sees two crazy females swearing at WaWa? Just go through the cashier, get your Doritos, get your hoagie, and get your Mountain Dew cashed out and leave. What good is going to happen from you trying to be the mother of the situation? What good is going to happen when you're trying to tell people not to swear in public? I've seen some of the weirdest things at WaWa. And I know people will say the same about seeing me in public at WaWa. But what I'm saying is, I don't speak up at all. I'm so afraid of confrontation that I don't say anything. So I just don't know what this lady thought she was going to get out of trying to tell them, hey, no foul language in public, even though this is Philadelphia, a city of scumbags, no swearing. Like, what's going to happen? What good's going to happen?
And not speak like that. At that point, one of the females started yelling louder, acting extremely aggressive, climbed on top of the counter of the store, knocked over gift cards, and started spitting at the victim.
The store's video system did not provide nearly as vivid a look at what actually happened next.
Another female who was with this other actor came around and started verbally assaulting this woman as well, yelling at her.
First of all, why is the media blurring out the people that were in the video? They are scumbag leeches who get into a fight in the middle of a Philadelphia WaWa. If they have the audacity to act up, show their faces. Have the public shame.
Using profanity, started spitting at her as well. She then physically attacks her in the line to the point where she knocked her down and repeatedly punched her about the head and face.
It was a WaWa employee who came to the victim's aid, breaking up the attack. A WaWa spokesperson says today they're cooperating fully with police.
God, that reporter hasn't. They're fully cooperating with police. Why am I reporting about this? I've been doing this since Reagan was alive, and so is Nixon. I can tell he has no passion about it. But frankly, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't give two rats' asses if there was a fight at WaWa, and I've been reporting since 1976. Also in the news here. Thomas Markle, Meghan Markle's dad, is begging for a second chance after the heartbreaking fallout. I love how there's an ad. Like, we're going to really buy your L'Oreal Fructis. hair shampoo after waiting for your video. Like, we're really going to go, hey, I saw that there's a L'Oreal Fructis shampoo commercial because I was watching a news report on RadarOnline.com. Oh, my God.
He's a smart guy. His politics are a little...
By the way, this is Meghan Markle's dad, by the way.
He's a smart guy. His politics are a little long. We talked a few times about Donald Trump and Brexit, things like that. And he's an interesting guy.
What were his views on Donald Trump, for example?
Our conversation was, I was complaining I didn't like Donald Trump. He said, give Donald Trump a chance. I sort of disagreed with that, but I carry, that was his politics. I have my politics.
You sound so broken down. Maybe if you weren't such an embarrassment of a father, maybe your daughter would be talking to you. I just don't get how this trashy family of Meghan Markle, they think they can go around acting like idiots. They think they can go around being imbeciles. And that the royal family, a family that acts like their crap doesn't smell, is going to want to be associated with them. I don't get the common sense. But hey, when you're a trashy person, there really is no common sense whatsoever. All right. I know you're going to be sad to hear the news. I know it's going to drive you nuts. I know it's going to drive you off the wall. The news I'm about to announce to you is going to make you go into a loony bin. You're just going to be unable to deal with the fact. It's just going to drive you off the wall. It's going to be news that you're just going to cry yourself to sleep about.
Happy hour is about to end, but first, it's time for last call.
Ow! Ow! Such a good song, Black Box. Mm-hmm. This has been brought to you by Eric Marshall Kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA. EMK Final Round in Bradenton. 6103 28th Street East. If you go there and tell them that I sent you, they will hook you up with a great deal. Call or text Eric during the day. 941-812-2560. That's 941-812-2560. If my goofy, tall giraffe ass was able to lose 40 pounds, so can you. Get the Hoppy Radio app and listen to Hoppy Hour at any time, anywhere. You can listen on Spotify as well. RyanHoppyRadio.com, at RyanHoppyRadio on Gram and Twitter. Also, Hoppy Radio on Snapchat. RyanHoppyRadio.com, RyanHoppyRadio@gmail.com. And that is about it. I appreciate you guys listening to Hoppy Hour. And this Thursday, we will have a special throwback episode that I will be releasing. I wonder who it is. You're going to have to wait until Thursday. This has been Hoppy Hour. I am your host signing off. Bye.
Happy hour is now over, but you can always listen 24/7 by getting the app or going to RyanHoppyRadio.com.
Shut up!